I want to read this to you guys. Love justice, you rulers of the world. Set your mind sincerely on love, and look for her with all honesty. Those who do not try to test her will find her. She will show herself to those who trust her. Dishonest thoughts separate people from God, and if we are foolish enough to test him, his power will put us to shame. Wisdom, which is love, will never be at home with anyone who is deceitful or a slave of sin. Everyone who is holy has learned to stay away from deceitful people. She will not stay around when foolish thoughts are being expressed. She will not feel comfortable when injustice is done. God is aware of what we say. Wisdom is a spirit that is friendly to people. I'm going to put love. Love is a spirit that is friendly to people, but she will not forgive anyone who speaks against God. For God knows our feelings and thoughts and hears every word. Since the Lord's Spirit fills the entire world and holds everything in it together, she knows every word that people say. No one who speaks wickedly will escape notice. Sooner or later, he will receive just punishment. The intentions of ungodly people will be closely examined. Their words will be reported to the Lord, and then they will get the punishment that their wickedness deserves. God will tolerate no challenges, and since he hears everything, you cannot hide your complaining from him. So be sure that you do not go around complaining. It does no good. And don't engage in bitter talk. The most secret things you say will have their consequences, and lying will destroy your soul. God did not create death, so don't bring on your own death by simple actions. God did not invent death, and when living creatures die, it gives her no pleasure. I didn't invent death. She created things so that it may continue to exist, and everything she created is wholesome and good. There is no deadly poison in them. Death does not rule this world, for God's justice does not die. Ungodly people have brought death on themselves by the things they have said and done. They yearn for death as if it were a lover. They have gone into partnership with death, and it is just what they deserve. Now, these people are getting their judgment because they went into partnership with death. And how did they go into partnership with death? By going into partnership with the enemy. And that is just what they deserve. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit about Solomon. Solomon wishes to share his wisdom. Like Michael wishes to share his love with the people. And I know this is true. Like, he's not willing to share me with the people, but the love that I have with his people, because humanoids are his people. The people of the earth are Solomon's people. And I love them. I love him before I loved people. He's the reason why Dad sent me here. And he is my only purpose right now on this earth, is to get to him. Because like the evil people know that once I get to my purpose, Michael being my purpose, that's it. Everything becomes made new. Everything changes. My land will be seen as beautiful. Dad's going to do some amazing things when he knows I'm completely happy. When I'm in his arms, I'm going to be completely happy. And him vice versa. Like, it's the same thing. So I want to share with you guys how Solomon, Michael, feels about me, okay? Okay, first it says, I will tell you what wisdom is and how she came to be. I will not keep anything secret. I will trace her history from the beginning and make knowledge of her open to all. I will not ignore any part of truth. No jealous desire to guard my own knowledge will make me hold back anything. Love has nothing in common with such an attitude. No, indeed, the more wise people are, the safer the world will be. A sensible king can be depended on to give his people this kind of security. So then, learn what I'm about to teach you, and you will profit from it. A king is like everyone else. Like every human being, I am mortal. I am a descendant of that first man, Adam, yes, who was made from the soil. I was conceived from the sperm of a man in the pleasure of intercourse. For 9 months my flesh took shape in the blood of my mother's womb. When I was born, I came into the world like anyone else. I began to breathe the same air we all breathe. And like everyone else, the first sound I made was a cry. I was wrapped in cloth and cared for. No king ever began life differently. For all of us, there is one way into life and there is one way out. So it's like Michael's like, I'm human. I'm just like everybody else. I started like everyone else. Now he declares his love for wisdom. He declares his love for love. Realizing I was only human, I prayed and was given understanding. I was given wisdom. The spirit of wisdom, the spirit of love came to me. I regarded her more highly than any throne or crown. Wealth is nothing compared to love. Precious jewels cannot equal her worth. Besides love, all the gold in the world is a handful of sand, and silver is nothing more than clay. I value love more than health and good looks. Hers is the brightness that never grows dim, and I preferred her to any other light. When love came to me, all good things came with her. She brought me untold riches. I was happy with them all. Because love had brought them to me, I had not realized before that she was the source of all these things. I was sincere in learning from love, and now I am glad to share what I learned. No one can ever exhaust the treasures of love. Use those treasures and you are God's friend. See? Use those treasures and you are God's friends. He approves of what you learn from her. I pray to God that my thoughts may be worthy of what I have learned and that I may speak according to his will. He is love's guide. He gives correction to those who are wise. We are under love gives correction to those who are wise. Hold on one second. Love gives correction to those who are wise. We are under her power and authority. We ourselves, our words, and all of our understanding and skills. It is she who gave me true knowledge of the force of nature, what the world is made of, how the elements behave, how the calendar is determined by the movements of the sun, the changing seasons, the constellations, and the cycles of the year. She has taught me about the nature of living creatures and the behavior of wild animals, the force of the winds, the reasoning powers of human beings, the different kinds of plants, and the use of their roots as medicine. I learned things that were well known and things that had never been known before, because love, who gave shape to everything that exists, was my teacher. I know my baby listens to me. He better be listening to me. Okay. The nature of love. The spirit of love is intelligent and holy. It is of one nature but reveals herself in many ways. She is not made of any material substance and she moves about freely. It is clear she is clear, clean and confident. She cannot be harmed. She loves what is good. She is sharp and unconquerable, kind and a friend of humanity. She is dependable and sure, and she has no worries. She has power over everything and sees everything. She penetrates every spirit that is intelligent and pure, no matter how delicate its substance may be. She moves more easily than motion itself. She is so pure that she penetrates everything. She is a breath of God's power, a pure and radiant stream of glory from the Almighty. Nothing is defiled, nothing defiled, nothing that is defiled can ever steal its way into love. She is a reflection of eternal light, a perfect mirror of God's activity and goodness. Even though love acts alone, she can do anything. She makes everything new, although she herself never changes. From generation to generation, she enters the souls of holy people and makes them God's friends and prophets. There is nothing that God loves more than people who are at home with love. Love is more beautiful than the sun and all the constellations. She is better than light itself. Because night always follows day, but evil never overcomes love. Her great power reaches into every part of the world, and she sets everything in useful order. Solomon's love for love. It says Solomon's love for wisdom, but it's Michael's love for me. Love has been my love. I courted her when I was young and wanted to make her my bride. I fell in love with her beauty. She glorifies her noble origin by living with God, the Lord of all. By living with God, the Lord of all, who loves her. She is familiar with God's mysteries and helps determine his course of action. It is good to have riches in this. Is it good to have riches in this life? Nothing can make you richer than love, who makes everything function. Is knowledge a useful thing to have? Nothing is better than love, who has given shape to everything that exists. Do you love justice? All the virtues are the result of love's work. Justice and courage, self-control and understanding. Life can offer us nothing more valuable than these. Do you want to have wide experiences? Love knows the lessons of history and can anticipate the future. She knows how to interpret what people say and how to solve problems. Love knows the miracles that God will perform and how the movements of history will develop. So Michael decided to take Love home to live with him because he said, I decided to take Love home to live with me because I knew that she would give me good advice and encourage me in times of trouble and grief. I thought to myself, because of her, I will be honored everywhere people come together. The old man will respect me even though I am young. And young is 60, in our 60s because Dad lets us live on very, very long lives. Double. Okay? The old men will respect me even though I am young. They will find that my opinions show deep insight, and those in power will admire me. When I am silent, they will wait for me to speak, and when I speak, they will pay attention. Even when I speak at length, they will listen with concentration. Because of love, I will gain immortality. I will live forever in the memory of those who come after me. I will hold power over nations and peoples. Dreaded tyrants will be seized with fear at the mention of my name. I will be famous as a good king. Yes, he will. And as a brave soldier. When I come home to love, I will find contentment because there is no conflict or pain in living with her, only happiness and joy. And so I thought it over to be So I thought it over. To be wedded to love. To be wedded to love is to live forever. To love her is to be perfectly happy. To do her work is to be rich beyond measure. To share her company is to have sound judgment. To converse with her is to be honored. Then I was determined to take love as my bride. I had a pleasant personality even as a child. I had been fortunate enough to receive a good soul, or rather I was given a sound body to live in because I was already good. Still, I realized that I would never receive love unless God gave her to me. And knowing that only God could give her to me was itself a sign of understanding. So I prayed, begging God with all my heart. Solomon prays for love. Michael prayed for love. God of my ancestor, merciful Lord, by your word you created everything. By your love you made us humans to rule all creation, to govern the world with holiness and righteousness, to administer justice with integrity. Give me give me love that sits beside your throne. Give me love that sits beside your throne. Give me a place among your children, your child. I am your slave, as was my mother before me. I am only human. I'm not strong, and my life will be short. I have little understanding of the law or of how to apply it. Even if someone is perfect, he will be thought of as nothing without love that comes from you. You chose me over everyone else to be the king of your own people, to judge your sons and daughters. No, to judge the people of the nation. Let's put that there. Okay. You told me to build a temple on your sacred mountain, an altar to Jerusalem, the city you chose as your home. Okay, unless he's talking to me, you chose me over everyone else. Meaning, I chose him over everyone else. But Dad was okay with that. Okay, and that's where your sons and daughters, my sons and daughters, the people of the earth are my sons and daughters. They're friends of God Almighty, but the two children that Dad claims is you and me. Okay, and you told me to build a temple on your sacred mountain, an altar in Jerusalem in Pennsylvania. Okay, the city you chose as your home. It is a copy of that temple in heaven which you prepared at the beginning. Love is with you and knows your actions. She was present when you made the world. She knows what pleases you and what is right in accordance with your commands. Send her from your holy heavens down from your glorious throne so that she may work at my side and I may learn what pleases you. She knows and understands everything and will guide me intelligently in what I do. Her glory will protect me. Then I will judge your people. No, then I will judge my people fairly and be worthy of my Father's throne. My actions will be acceptable. Who can ever learn the will of God? Human reason is not adequate for the task, and our philosophies tend to mislead us because our mortal bodies weigh our souls down. The body is a temporary structure made of earth, a burden to the active mind. All we can do is make guesses about the things on earth. We must struggle to learn about things that are close to us. Who then can ever hope to understand heavenly things? No one has ever learned your will unless you gave them love and sent your Holy Spirit down to him. In this way, people on earth have been set on the right path, have learned what pleases you, and have kept safe by love. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And that is the truth of the whole story. That, yes, I am God. I was with my Father in the beginning before everything was created. I'm the mother of those who love me with all their heart and all their mind, all their soul. And Michael is my husband. He's Adam, and I was sent here to get him, and I'm gonna get my baby now, because that's how it's got to be in the beginning. From the beginning, that's how it was in the beginning, and I'm so excited about that part. So he makes me smile. He makes me blush. He makes me, oh, I can't. But anyway, I love you guys so much. And if I if God is willing, if Dad is willing, I come on and give you guys an encouraging word. Meaning my encouraging words comes from me anyway. So, but I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Pray that Dad takes vengeance on our enemies. The next this Halloween, because it's time. It's time to move. It's time to move. It's time to go. It's time to go home. It's time to be with each other. It's time to dance and sing. And I don't know how soon after that it's going to happen, but I'm praying that it's soon, you know. But I love you guys so very, very much. Mommy loves you. So I hope to see you all soon. Bye. Bye.